Hello, my name is Stephanie, the creative girl behind the designs. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for stopping by. So today is all about jumping headfirst into March planning. I've already done one spread for my, let's see, which journal was it? It was just a few days ago. One of my journals. Let's leave it, a memory day, that's what it was. So it's all about jumping in March, and I am dubbing it Fresh Start March. So what that means is I have a short series of videos coming that is going to start today, where I am going to get a fresh start in March. So stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. So, I mentioned this is going to be a few series of videos that are going to be related to what I have dubbed Fresh Start March. And by that, I mean, I'm going to kind of change some things up. There comes a time when you're in your planning journey that, and especially sometimes in the new year, you'll start working in your system and you just find some things aren't working for you and you need to make a change. Don't wait to, semi-annually or annually, kind of review your planning process and system monthly, kind of review in your head. If you need to, jot notes down. But I had been noticing there's some things in my very chunky planner that I'm not really doing as faithfully or I'm not using as much. So that tells me that those are things that either I don't need in my planner or they're just not highlighted enough, meaning maybe there's too much stuff in here. Which, is there really? Maybe, but to the planner girl, no, there's not enough stuff in here. So I'm at my max, but that's because I have a few months of all the different planners. So, today I'm going to be starting with, so on Tuesday I did my first spread for my my Memory a Day journal. So it was previously called my creative journal. I really use it more like Memory a Day. And this is what I mean by tweaking your planner system. So with that in mind, when I first started my memory keeping or a creative journal, I started with the month, I started with the weeks. Then I found out the weeks were too much, like I wasn't getting it done. So in that reevaluation, I went to just the month, the currently in the month. And that worked great. That was 2023. I changed systems, so not systems, but I changed planners in 2023. And then that kind of fell off because it's just adjusting into a new planner. I didn't need to. I just liked the new planner. So now, and then mid-year, I pulled back in the weeks. I'm like, I kind of miss it. Pulled it back in. Again, didn't do it. Dropped them out. So that was the first change for 2024, was to take my creative journal and bring it back down to just the months and basically record a memory a day. I try and use stickers when I do that, related to whatever the topic is I'm doing a memory keeping for. So that all said, I'm going to kind of systematically be going through each of the planners and hence this big Franken planner. This is a workhorse without a doubt. When I come out of the holiday and I come into a new year, I kind of wanted just some neutrality here. I wanted something that wasn't pulling my eye away or distracting me in any way. I wanted something soothing, and so I went with a very neutral setup. This is the cover from a notebook, and then I, of course, use my expander discs. I love them. I love this setup, but I'm going to fast forward now. We've gone through the memory keeping aspect, and now I'm going to kind of move into my work / business / social media planner. So I have as you know, I've been using the Girl with Goals, and it's an extension pack. It had 4 months in it. I had 3 packs. I had bought these packs with the intent to use them 1 year, and I never used them. I started them, like I put in stickers for them, but I never used that month. So I ended up redating it, fixing it up, and I started it in January of 2024 because I'm working on my goals this year. So that being said, I need to make a change because the Girl with Goals extension pack is quite involved. It's not just a month with 4 weeks behind it. It has multiple pages for 1 month. If you're not familiar with it, let me just kind of quickly flip through March. Okay, so with each extension pack, you get the month. I already had filled out a few things in here, no problem. You get your month page, your month tab month page. You get a goals page for listing 2 goals for the month. You have a top priority page. And then you have a 2-page task list, which is great. It kind of serves almost as a monthly inbox. And it's kind of that thing I go to first thing, I write everything down and then I disperse it throughout the planner however I need. There's the weeks. Now, if you remember, I had gone through off camera and pre-set up a few months ahead so that I always had my future plans laid out. I could, put a Post-it note in there. I love to use Post-it notes because I can move things around in case life changes and I don't have to worry about it. So I predated a few months worth. And so this is your weekly spread. It isn't hourly, but this can be covered up if need be. Behind every week, there's 2 pages. There's a things to follow up on, and then a weekly focus, both of which are quads. I intend to use this for a different purpose, and more to come on that. And then you go into your next week and so forth. At the end of every month, you have a page for upcoming projects for the next month. So you can, if I'm in February now, and I've already done it. I just, again, I use sticky notes, but I had taken that off this page just because I was going to show you how it looks in the extension pack. But basically, I'm putting sticky notes on here of the things that I want to do in March for April. So this may be things that, depending on the project, really, if they are YouTube related, they will go into a different spot. But when I look at this for me, for my work and so forth, upcoming projects would typically mean crafts or, the Cricut, all the things that go on my blog, home decor, that type of thing. So when I think about that, that's what I use it for. But I put the sticky note on it. And then I know going into the next month what projects I'm going to keep focus on. So that is the Girl with Goals extension pack. I actually have loved this setup. I'm just making sure here. This I just kind of labeled for something else. This is a dashboard. But I'm finding with my work planner, because there's so much involved. I do have my other planners in here. I, of course, have the memory a day. I have my health planner and then my journal, my goals journal. So, and then there's this. And this is a lot of stuff to do. It's a lot of pages to manage, to keep track of, and I don't mind that, but I'm finding that I'm getting behind with it. So I am going to start in March with a fresh start. I'm going to change how I'm using the work planner portion of this, and I'm just going to test it and see if it works. At the end of March, I'll kind of see, how it's going. If I think it's working okay and I can tweak a little bit, I can go back into the next month, so April, and continue that system or tweak it along the way. I try and take a look at it about every 2 months. I will sometimes change my planner look or freshen it up a bit every quarter. But I'm finding, because I'm really focused on working on those goals, that I needed to kind of really get focused on this planner portion of my Franken planner. So while I love this setup, and it's, you know, more to come on this, the expander disc system, I'm going to make a change to the work planner for March, and we're going to do that today. That's coming up. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pull these pages out. So I have 3 months worth in here, and that was only because I just hadn't filtered these back into the original planner. So let me pull that out first. I did a few things off camera just so that I kind of had a feel for what I was really going to be doing. All right, so this is the planner cover that houses all of my extension pack pages. Now, I put in here the maximum that I can put in, and then I had a few tabs back here. So this was kind of like my grab and go, but what I'm going to kind of change it to is my active work planner. So that means I am going to take out my first 3 months, and I'm going to open this up here. So they're all going to go in front here. Now, just as a sidebar, let me see if I can move this out of the way so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let me just kind of tuck that off to the side there. So again, I had 4 months in each packet. I had 3 packets. So I have an entire year's worth of this Girl with Goals extension pack system. And my active pages are going to remain in here. I will plan to have 6 months in here. If I can't fit it, I will pare it down to maybe 4 months. When I finish completely with a month, I have migrated all my tasks over, or I have finished writing in whatever I need to write in for that past month, I will then archive that month. For the archiving, since this wasn't an initial planner to begin with, I had no cover or discs or anything of that nature. So I have my little handbag here. I'm holding this. I'm going to show it to you. It keeps sliding all over the place. That's the noise you hear. So when I archive from here, I'm going to archive into this. So this is a planner I bought. It is a faith planner. I bought it, you know, not for the faith planner portion of it, not the guts. I bought it because I love this cover. I love the purple. I love the gold on it. It just spoke to me. As you know, I love purple. Hence, Girl with Goals and all that. And there's actually a specific shelf on my IKEA shelving unit for my planners that houses purple look planners. It's a whole cubicle just for that. That's a sidebar. So when I archive, I'm going to put it in here. I took out all the guts, and I have now put in here the extension pack for the final quarter. And like I said, I may have to move a few of these over into here, but I'm going to put in what I can, and then we're going to go from there. So, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about what the next video is going to be and so forth. So let me go ahead. Because I have 3 planners and I don't have the space, I'm going to kind of hold my one planner off to the side. Hopefully it doesn't fall on the floor. So I am going to pull my pages out. And the other thing too is that this is full. It is so full that I just don't have any more room in it. So let's see, we got January. Let me get February. Okay. So I went ahead, I pulled out all my months that I had in my other planner. Let's see, make sure I get it in here correctly. don't want to mix up my pages. All right. So I am going to go through and get these in what was my carry planner. And I'm just going to kind of do this because I do still have some things that I need to keep hidden. Let's just see if I can... I can't even pull this little sticky note off. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's do this. So again, I mentioned in my original setup video for 2024 that I likely will not show much of this after the pen until, you know, maybe the end of the year or, you know, something along that lines. So just, you know, in case you're new and you haven't seen that video yet, I did mention that I wouldn't be using much of it on camera. Okay. So as you can tell, and then, you know, if you think about it, once I start decorating, I originally wasn't going to decorate. Then I decided, okay, I'll decorate. And then, you know, I kind of been playing with that off camera and so forth. But that caused the Franken planner to get even thicker. And that's will be an issue with this one here as well. So that's something I'm just going to have to be aware of and keep it, you know, archived. Keep those finished pages archived. So here we go. Let's see. Can we close this? It's a tight squeeze, but it does. And again, as I decorate, I'll probably have to archive, you know, once I finish any 1 month and I don't need it to reference immediately, I can archive it into the other planner. So the other thing I did, so now this work tab will come off and it will go just off to the side. I will put it away later. What I did do, knowing that I was going to set this up, is I have a new tab. So this says task list. So this is one of the things that I mentioned in this video that there is in this system, or, you know, extension pack, there is this task list, which really functions as a inbox. And I really love having this here because this helps me to also know what I've completed, what I haven't for that month. I like that it's all in one place. I don't know if the order of the pages are, you know, vibing with me, but I'm going to stick with this as best as I can. I am going to commit as best as I can to sticking with this system till the end of 2024. That's huge for me. So that said, what I did was I went through my stash, and so not only did I go through my stash for the archive planner, I went through my stash because I want to keep this prominent. So as this is sitting on my desk, I can't always see the top. So I've decided to add a tab at the bottom to indicate that it's the task list. And this tab was actually this tab. So it was the only purple tab I had. I was going to kind of keep the purple vibe going on. And so I just used this as a measure and I cut it down to this. And I, of course, used my Dymo label maker and I created a tab label. And I'm going to put that on because when it's at my desk, the first thing I ever do when I come in is I want this list prominent to me. So if I close the planner, I want to be able to see it easily. And the reason is because when I come into my office first thing in the morning, I will typically just start jotting down all the things that I'm intending to accomplish. Doesn't necessarily mean this week, just everything. So this, again, almost serves as an inbox. So I am going to put this on the label. And I always tend to forget sometimes, but I am going to make one for the back side as well. Just like I did with the work planner. Or I should say, let me grab that. So these, I should do it this way. So these all had a back side to them as well. So I'll do the same thing with this one. I just didn't do it for this video. So this is tucked in here because I have the next quarter that I needed to get stickered up. Because again, you do have to date this. It is undated. And so right now, for March, that's how I'm going to do this. I am going to be using this for my work planner. What am I going to do with the Franken planner? More to come on that. That's another video. And there are elements of it that are related to work. So I will decide. So like, for example, the content colors and things like that. Those could really be used in this planner system. So I will have to decide how I'm planning on doing that. But this is now my archive planner. I'm just keeping it because it's purple. I may change these out either for gold or for one of my purple discs. I haven't decided yet. But this isn't as important as it was for me to have a place to put all my archive pages. So these are pages that I'll be putting in, and then it'll also house pages that I am finished with. And the intent by doing this is that I will be, my planners are sliding off over here, is that by doing this, I will be in a position to be more focused on my work, which is my goals, and I'll be completing more of these pages more frequently. So that's my plan. So this is now my, not everyday catch-all carry. This is now my everyday work planner, and it'll serve if I need to grab and go. I have everything I need in it so far. I'm sure I'll add to it. As I archive months, I will have more room on my discs. And until that time, I will just keep it as it is. So there it is. I am now moving in my Fresh Start March video number 1. I pulled out all my work planner pages, which was the Girl with Goals extension pack. And I've now kept them in here. I'm going to house them in here. If I ever change out the cover, maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. But I love how this looks anyway. This, by the way, is a Live Love Posh snap cover. And it has, of course, the pockets in the front. And I believe, let me just, no pocket in the back, but it does have this pen loop. So, it works for me. I love it. So here we go. Video number 1 of Fresh Start March. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to be taking care of that Franken planner. I'm going to be mixing it up and getting a fresh start for March. So stay tuned for more. I hope I have inspired you to do something creative today and every day, and that you create your beautiful life one plan at a time. Thank you for watching.